Yo, what's going on out there? It's Larry coming to you again with another Blazing Sports Report. As we all know, the conference championships game in the NFL, they're done. I made my predictions. I was 1 for 2. Patriots won. The Ravens, they messed up on so many levels. Flacco, you could blame on the touchdown. The drop by Lee Evans. The scramble where he could have got the 1 yard. Billy Cundiff missing the field goal. It was so many different deciding factors in that game, but I'm going to say that the Patriots escaped with the win rather than they won that game. On the flip side, 49ers Giants played a hell of a game. I predicted the 49ers to do it, but your boy Kyle Williams, you know, the man is feeling a little bad about himself right now. But that's on him. Players got to move on, and we move on to this right now. Those were my predictions. Yeah, I know I was talking about the game was in Baltimore. That was my fault. Yeah, y'all can say whatever y'all want to about that. That's okay. I'm moving on right now to the new topic. UFC on Fox #2. Phil Davis versus Rashad Evans. Michael Bisping versus Chael Sonnen. Now, we know that Evans, Jones, they hate each other now. They used to train together, blah, 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 blah. Evans, when he was supposed to face Jones, had an injury. Jones had an injury. Everybody was hurt. Nobody knew what was hurting. It was just crazy. It was bananas. We don't know what's going on. So now we had Evans take on opponents that he really didn't need to face, and he brutalized Tito Ortiz. We've seen what happened with that. So now he takes on Phil Davis because John Jones is now hurt. Phil Davis undefeated, 9-0. His last fight is against one of the Nogueira boys. I think it's Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira. He beat him. So now this fight is for the #1 contender to see who takes on John Jones. My personal opinion, both guys are coming off fights where they beat their opponents who, I mean, everybody in the UFC is capable of pulling off a victory, no matter age. Randy Couture proved that for many years now. But the thing is, Tito Ortiz, we all knew he was washed up. He got the lucky win in his previous fight before he took on Rashad Evans, but Rashad Evans just totally dominated him. I didn't see the fight with Phil Davis and Nogueira. That was my fault. But when I look at this fight on paper, you know, both guys, good strikers, both are good wrestlers. They're both well-rounded fighters. When I look at this fight, I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Evans. I think that Evans will be able to pull off the victory, go on to face John Jones so everybody can see the fight that we want to see, or basically see the ass whooping that John Jones is going to give Rashad Evans, which we've been waiting to see as well. Now, moving on to the fight before that, we have Chael Sonnen taking on Michael Bisping. Now, Michael Bisping has a record of, once he gets to that level where everyone wants to start taking him seriously, he gets beat. My favorite knockout of him of all time is probably when Dan Henderson put him in his place. I mean, that was by far my favorite knockout of Michael Bisping of all time. But he did come off a win, off of beating Jason Mayhem Miller, but I'm not going to give Mayhem Miller like any credit in that fight because he was gassed after like midway through the first round. And then the fact that Bisping couldn't finish him is another thing that just blows my mind. I don't understand how you cannot finish a gas man. Chael Sonnen, on the other hand, coming off a victory off of Brian Stan. Before that, it was the close fight with Anderson Silva. Once again, this is #1 contender fight. Bisping, I don't think is going to be able to match up with Chael Sonnen. I think Chael Sonnen is going to do everything in his power to win this fight for the simple fact he wants to rematch with Anderson Silva. He wants to be the one that takes that title from Anderson Silva. I think that extra added motivation is going to be what pushes him over the edge and give him the advantage in this fight with coming to a victory in this one. So, I don't know, like, I started watching MMA not too long ago. I mean, I don't follow it like some other people do religiously, but I do enjoy it. I'm starting to get into it a little bit more. I've been following it off and on. You gotta bear with me if I don't know everything about it, but I do know fighters, I do know fights, I do know styles. I just don't know like everyone's previous history. But when I look at these two fights, I didn't see the Chael Sonnen Anderson Silva fight. But from the highlights that I did see, he dominated the fight, and then he ended up he got caught by Anderson Silva. He got caught slipping. That's one thing you gotta avoid in the MMA is getting caught slipping. Everybody knows once you get caught, that's pretty much the end of it. But I think that we will see Jones, Evans, barring any injuries after this fight is over and done with. Now I don't know, man. There's anything happening in the UFC. Nobody expected Velasquez to get knocked out in 20 seconds of the first round against Junior Dos Santos for the heavyweight title. No one saw that coming. Nobody expected Overeem to just kick Brock's ribs in and just send him to retirement that quickly. I mean, nobody saw that coming either. If there's one thing I do know about the UFC is that you can never expect anything to really come to fruition as you want it to happen. Everyone's going to have their favorites. Everybody's going to want this person to win, that person to win. In my opinion, I want to see Jones Evans because it's been hyped up for way too long. It needs to happen. Evans needs to go in here and pull this off. I think if Evans does lose this fight, it may put a damper on things in terms of his career and how long it may take him to get back to that level of going up against Jon Jones. On the flip side of things, Chael Sonnen, if this message somehow gets out to him, I know you can't come out there with CM Punk as you wanted to. Vince is cop blocking that move, but if you come out to cult of personality, especially in Chicago, Illinois, I'm pretty sure CM Punk is going to be in the crowd, even though he can't walk out there to you. It'll get everybody hyped up on your side, man. It'll be great. But those are my predictions for UFC on Fox 2. I predict Evans beating Phil Davis. I think it's going to be a decision in that fight. I think that the fight will be predicated on the ground more than standing up. I mean, even though both guys have decent striking, they both have some good knockout power, I think this fight will be on the ground wrestling wise. On the flip side of things, when you look at Bisping and Sonnen, I think that Sonnen's going to dominate this fight on the ground, get a submission. I'm going to say second round submission. Evans decision, majority decision. I don't think it'll be a unanimous decision. Larry Jenkins, Blazer Sports Report, UFC on Fox 2 this Saturday. Catch it. Hopefully this one is better than the last one. We got 3 fights instead of 1. 2 #1 contender fights. Anderson Silva, Jon Jones, they should be getting ready for whoever comes out of these victories. Larry Jenkins, Blazer Sports Report. I'll holler at you. Peace.